Good morning, parents and guardians. I wanted to create a quick video to help you guys with retakes. I've gotten quite a few emails about it, and I figured instead of just doing it one at a time, that I would show you guys how to do this. And this is good for pretty much every teacher. We will use the same kind of process. So to start off with, anything that you have received below an 80 on, that includes daily work, quizzes, projects, unit tests, anything below an 80 can be retaken for up to an 80. So the highest grade that they will be able to receive is going to be an 80. Here on my Moodle page, I kind of give you a brief outline of retake procedures just because I know sometimes we forget. I went over this with the students on Friday, and I know things can be lost in translation when they come home to you guys. So we'll just cut out the middleman on this one and I'll talk directly to you. So the first step on here, it says for tests only, okay? So for example, the quiz that we took on Friday would not fall under a test. And so when I talk about tests, that is going to be the big unit test. So our first one is on September 13th. So make sure your SPM is complete before requesting retake. I will give them an SPM. They haven't received one yet, so a lot of the kids probably have no clue what that means. The second part, it says fill out a retake form for the assignment, and it must be submitted within 2 days of grades being posted in HAC. I try to keep on top of my grades pretty quickly so that the students know immediately how they did. So their grades have already posted. That means that they have 2 school days to request a retake. So they have until Wednesday to ask if they can retake that quiz and to begin that process. This is just merely to make sure that students are staying on top of their grades. It's really not a great idea to wait, 2 weeks and ask us to retake something when you realize that your grade isn't doing well, because we've already moved on to new topics. That's really hard for students to keep up, remembering all these different topics. So it's best if we just take care of it as soon as possible. Now the retake form for me is right here. It says retakes. So when you click on it, it should open up to look like this. Now, a lot of people are saying that they can't get into it, and the reason that is because it's designed for students to access it, not for parents necessarily. So you have to have an NISD email account in order to see this form. Now, once the Chromebooks are in, it'll be a lot easier for students to do this. But right now, the way that they need to be able to get in is if they go to Google. So start off on Google, and they will need to log in to Google with their account information. So if you go up here, you can see I'm already logged in. I'll sign out though. Okay, so if I go into my sign in, I've already got my stuff saved, so it's right there. I would just click on it, it signs me in, and then if you go to that request form, it should pop up. The way that students sign in is they're going to use their student email addresses. So their email address is their username at student.nisdtx.org. So usernames should be first dot last name. Okay, first dot last name. And then their passwords should be their student ID number. It could also, some of the students have told me that some of their passwords are first initial, last initial, then ID number. So it just kind of depends. Some students might have one and others. That's always a good troubleshooting if you want to try that out. Okay, so once they're signed into Google, then this should pull up. If you're still having issues, then let me know. But it should pull up once they're signed into Google. So go ahead and fill it out. This is for every single 6th grade teacher. You can use this same exact form, whether it's, Miss Hart's class or Miss Chamberlain. You can go in here, click which teacher you need to alert, what subject is it, and the name of the activity, so space vocab 1, and let's say my original grade was 67. So once this is all filled out, I'll hit submit. Oh, it doesn't like me, but it did it. and it'll send me an email, and it will send me some documentation that who has asked to retake the test. Now, once the students have filled that out, it's up to them to get into tutorials. So it's up to them to figure out what day is going to work. For me, my tutorials are Mondays after school. So obviously I won't have any this week after school because we had Monday off. And then typically Wednesday and Thursday mornings at about 8 o'clock. I'm usually there pretty early. So if you ever need to drop them off, like maybe they ride the bus, but you can drop them off on your way to work, then just shoot me an email and let me know, and I will come and let them in so that we can get their tutorials taken care of. Okay? So they will come into tutorial, and at time they will have a different assignment that they will be able to retake. If it's a test, I might go over it with them first and then ask that they come in another day. I really want to make sure that we're studying and preparing for it. There's no point in retaking something if you haven't put forth any study time to get better. So just that information is always helpful. Anything else on my Moodle that you might want to look at? So under space, you can see that all of these are up to date. So the vocab quiz, those were the words for our quiz on Friday. I'll update it with the newest section for this week. The Quizlet, strongly recommend that we're using that. If you've never played with Quizlet, it's really awesome. The kids really do love it. There's different games that they can use. There's where they can learn it. If you have a child who maybe has a little bit of dyslexia and another language, it will talk to you so you can listen to it. So it really helps them understand. And I like to front load everything so that they get the most up front as they can and prepare for it. Notes are updated. So these are what we did on October 31st, the fill in the blank part of it. And then most students have started this and will finish this week, but it's there as well. So everything that we do in class, I really try to make sure that it is on Moodle. There are some other things, like these are all videos that students might like to watch about different types of space topics. So it's all free to. But if there's any other questions, please let me know. I will keep a lookout for any retakes this week. But other than that, hopefully that will help students get on task for the school year. Sorry this video is so long. And I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. All right, bye.